start this up, dude, because we're good. But yeah, we don't talk about sex, but you can if you want. I don't give a fuck. You two can go at it. Me, I just get in trouble. So it's trouble for me. But there's plenty of other shit. I mean, we've had success in spite of talking about sex.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Right?
You know?
A lot of these guys, like on the Instagram and shit, are we ready?
Ready.
We're filming?
Ready? In 3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? It's Shitface Sober. Jeff N, 13 years.
I'm Kyle.
How much time you got, Kyle?
435 days.
Hell yeah.
And then we got a special guest.
My name's Chris. I've got 4.5 years.
My man, dog. 4.5 years. That's a big boy number.
Yeah, I mean,
It is
it's
chunky.
big for me.
It's chunky, dude.
It's big for me.
Have you? Is this your first time getting sober?
Fuck no.
Okay, that's what we want to like. None of us got sober the
No.
first time.
White chip wonder, not me, buddy.
No,
Oh, well,
dude.
this is the first time I tried to get sober.
This
Really?
was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've never been.
You didn't
never,
relapse or nothing?
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I
No,
never
no.
tried. Never tried, and I didn't know anything about AA.
Damn, I got.
But when I found out, yeah, I was like,
How old
I'm
are you?
34.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, one white chip.
That's-
I'm sticking with it.
Man.
So your first AA meeting, ever since then, you never relapsed.
Right.
What? Were you on drug court though?
Yeah, it was. I had
Okay,
an
that don't
incentive.
count.
It
That-
does.
yeah.
Well, I'm not
It
on
does,
it. I'm
but-
not anymore.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
there's people relapsing on drug court all the time.
Dude, people
time.
get out of drug court and die.
Yeah,
I've seen
and that
it.
happened. I just graduated March 10th, and
Two out of the
one
six.
guy died 37 minutes after our graduation, and then 2 weeks later to the day another guy died. So it was 4 of us left out of 6.
Out of 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
I spoke at that fucking graduation, seen both of them, and I had a feeling one of them was going to get loaded. And that's fucked up to say that, but it's the truth. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold
is,
it back.
You know, it's
Okay.
a real thing.
So check it out, guys. Chris is fucking awesome. We've been trying to get on my podcast for a minute. He's a fucking stud. You know, when I first
He's
met
a busy
you,
guy.
yeah, busy dude, big full life,
Yeah, a big full life.
right? We want to hear about
That
it. I wanna
sobriety has given me.
right?
Right.
And our whole goal here on Shitface Sober is just there's a shit ton of people out there with a preconceived or like an idea of that AA is lame or that fucking sobriety is for losers.
Consent prior to investigation.
Contempt prior to, dude, I still have that shit. You
I do
know?
too.
I'll be like, I don't want to try that food. I don't like it, but I've never tried it.
Oh yeah.
You know,
100%.
My wife will be like, try this healthy food. Nope, I don't want it. It's gonna taste like shit.
Just give me a double cheeseburger.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but if you're out
Yeah.
there and you think AA is fucking for lames and shit, no way. Chris is a fucking cool looking dude. Honestly, I wouldn't be like, hey, you make a sobriety look attractive. You
And
know?
that's the thing. My sponsor, he always said, sobriety's got to look and a feel. Like if somebody's doing the thing, it's got to look and a feel. Like you'll know, like somebody's doing the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, even for somebody out there that like, imagine how old are you when you got sober?
The first time?
Yeah, first time.
The first time I tried, I was 21.
Yes, that's
But-
it.
The first time I was ever in I went to detox for the first time when I was 16
Oh, for what?
because I came home wasted one night.
Oh no shit.
Well, yeah, in fact, my dad found me in the bathroom, passed out, and things had been, rocky, and things like that. And he's like, "You fucking, something's got to be done."
Oh no way, that quick.
Yeah, so
Damn.
I went to a place in Jacksonville, went to detox. I lasted I think it was like a 7-day detox. I lasted like 3 days, talked my way out of it. And that
You
was
got
it.
alcoholism in your family? Addiction?
Actually, no,
Oh, dope.
no.
Okay.
I'm the one.
Wow. There's pressure there.
I'm the one. Now I found out later on in life that my mother actually, she was a high functioning alcoholic my entire life
Okay.
that I never even knew.
She drank every day.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, and I never even knew it.
No way.
Never knew it
That's tight. I like people that can keep it together.
until later. This is late 20s, late 20s that I found out actually. you
Oh,
know,
wow.
the deal with her, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah, I'm jealous of people like that.
Yeah, too. When people come in,
do that
it's-
shit.
Like, damn it.
people,
I want to have fun.
yeah, people come in and they're 60, all tore up, and then they get a couple years sober, and they're like, "You're so lucky you got sober young." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, dude!" Like, I never got to sit at a bar and drink my sorrows away.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I got sober when I was 23. Like, I wasn't sitting at no bar at 6 p.m. after a hard day shift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that sounds fun.
I'd sit at the bar for about 3 drinks, and then it was calling the dope man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the rabbit's in me, and who knows where I'm ending up, what's happening. And
The bar I went to depended on where the dope man was at and in proximity of,
Yeah,
like,
I
are
understand.
you around this area? I'm going to go to this place.
yeah, right.
All right, so you got sober first time when you were 21 years old. I got sober at 23, so I relate with that. If you're out there and you're young and you think you can't get sober because all my friends are partying and I'm going to miss out, I'm just shut the fuck up. That's it.
And that hung me up for a long time too.
How
Just
long
that.
did you get sober that first chunk?
30, 45 days.
Oh, okay. Tight.
And it would it would get longer like each time I would try. I've been to treatment 4 times.
Okay.
And it would get longer. The longest period I've had besides now was twice. I had right at 2 years, twice.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
What happens at 2?
you just, you take the wheel back and
You stop going to meetings?
You think it's all because of you. And I really, to be honest with you, there really wasn't a whole lot of program in it. This is the first time I actually worked the program.
Oh, first time you ever did the steps?
Ever.
That's why if you're sitting out there and you say that you've tried AA and it didn't work, I guarantee you didn't work all 12 steps with a fucking sponsor and you didn't take someone else through. If you want to be a made man like the fucking mafia, you have to go through it yourself and take someone else through it. And then if you get loaded again, you're probably fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Or you stop working the program.
Or something. You stop doing something.
Yeah. But it works.
And
It's a cure.
It works if you work it, and it's really as you get along in it, and after you in it for a while, it becomes just like it becomes a working part of your life. This whole deal does. Like when I first started going to meetings, I hated going to meetings. I was a paper signer. I've been that route, and I've been because my family wanted me to go. Hated every minute of it. So, but now I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
You don't go
agree.
because you have. I don't go anymore because I have to go usually.
I don't.
I go because I'm like, I owe. And I need to go there and meet a guy like Kyle or fucking you know what I mean? Meet new guys and fucking be an example. And it recharges. It's a place where you feel safe.
And you go to meetings and you're going to hear the same shit in every meeting, pretty much. But it's the shit I need to hear.
Yeah. And the insanity. It's like free comedy. Where else can you go to a comedy show for $1?
That's funny. I said that the other day. I was like, you get a show for $1 and
Yeah.
a free cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get donuts usually.
Yeah,
and like,
shitty cup of coffee, but it's,
yeah.
Fucking cracked out coffee. That coffee we had the other night, I didn't go to sleep until 12:30.
I'm the coffee maker, so you're welcome.
Shit, man.
That's tight.
I'm
Yeah.
like tweaking, sitting there having to turn the TV on. Okay, I can do this.
Yeah, and some idiot's going to be out there listening to this and be like, oh, caffeine's a drug, and I'm going to keep smoking crystal meth because, like, nothing's true sobriety. Dude.
You do you, bud.
Yeah, do you? You know what I mean? Take apart your TV tonight. I don't give
There
a
you
fuck.
go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
That's another thing. It's like, why do tweakers take everything apart?
Yeah,
you know?
because it's a
Dude, I did that.
don't know,
That
dude.
was my thing this last time around.
Yeah.
It came to that.
What did you take apart?
To meth. I wouldn't take things apart. I would build shit.
What'd you build?
But I would build some cool ass shit. And I wasn't one that would have like shit like all over the place, like things over here. I would start something and I would fucking finish it.
What kind?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear what you built. Like, let's hear.
So one of the coolest things I built was this guy. He had a little pocket motorcycle, one of the little mini small little.
Was it a gas
Looked
or
like
electric?
a ninja. It was a gas.
Tight.
But it was little small ones. And my buddy, he had like all of these fucking just 4-wheelers and motorcycle parts and shit. And he had this old 4-wheeler. It was like a 100cc 4-wheeler. Motor ran. And I was like, dude, can I have that motor? Dude, I
threw
took
it
the
in
motor out of a 100cc 4-wheeler and put it in this pocket bike.
Tight.
Dude. And I fucking like stretched the back end of it out and shit.
You welded it.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, all that shit.
How long?
Yeah.
How many bags did that take you?
Oh, dude, it was a process.
How much dope did you
It
get
was
for
a
it after you were
process,
done with
dude.
it?
Did you trade it for dope?
Huh?
Did you trade it for dope?
At the end, yeah.
Yeah. probably smoked more.
back to the guy that I got it from.
Yeah, I smoked this
sure,
much dope, and I traded. I smoked $200 worth of dope to make it, and I sold it for $50 worth of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I got quite a bit for it.
I was
but
going to say,
anyways,
he's probably double it. on
yeah,
that.
I got,
for
I got-
sure.
I got quite a bit for it.
Someone
but-
out there is riding a tweaker mini bike right now.
No, he actually
You know?
ended up fucking riding it like the second time, and the handlebars fucking came off of it.
No.
Like when he's going down the road.
No.
He flew into the ditch,
He
dude.
called you for a refund,
Oh, yeah,
dude.
no,
You're like, it's in
he's
my
like,
nose.
fuck, man. It's like, I think almost killed me. I'm like,
Dude.
hey, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, it worked before you.
You shouldn't be
before you
trading.
got
It
You
was
should be
fine
trading
2
with
days ago.
tweakers.
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, tweakers. You can't be trusted in tweaker engineering.
Hey, he
You
was
know?
a tweaker too. So
Yeah.
anyways,
Well, okay, so you got sober this time around. You got 4.5 years stacked. You actually
Yep.
did the fucking program. So when you were 21, what was it like the first time you got sober? Like, why did you get sober?
Because basically, the first time, because of the court system.
Oh, tight. Would you get felony, misdemeanor?
No, I got a DUI.
Tight.
And it was actually it was my second DUI. I got 3 DUIs in a year and a half
Nice.
before I was even 22.
Nice.
So, yeah, I turned 21, pretty quickly got a DUI, and before I was 22, I had 3.
What was
So-
your life like then? Because you come from a good family, dude. I know
Yeah.
you're good stock. I've heard your stories. You came
Yeah.
from a good family. What would your dad and mom do?
Oh man, so my mom has been out of the picture for a while.
Okay.
You know, she that's a long story in itself. But my dad, he's just like, you know, what the fuck, man. He's like, he's one of those that he's like, just stop.
Yeah.
You know, just what are you doing? Stop. He's like, you've got all this shit, you know, that it's going for you. You're just fucking yourself, you know. But I wasn't trying to hear that.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to stop.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
understand
mean?
that for sure.
Because I could still figure it out.
Yeah,
At that point.
yeah, we
And
got
I was
this under
still
control.
young. I'm 21. Man, I'm good. Man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try your way. It's so
Yeah.
square and like perfect. Like I like a little bit of like roller coaster, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Chaos. I like a little chaos.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the first time it was because of the court system, and you know, it was either go do 6 months in jail or a 45-day treatment center. And I'm like,
Easy.
45
45 days, for sure.
Hell yeah. So that's what I did.
Were you in college?
No.
Okay.
I tried college twice and
Didn't.
dropped out first semester both times.
Because of the partying, or you just didn't like it?
I just couldn't go.
Oh,
I
got
couldn't make it there. Like
Yeah.
I would have good grades, but I couldn't make it to fucking class.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why you got like I would always make my class at like 3 p.m. I would only choose classes 3 p.m. and onward because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to wake up before noon.
Well, see, then I was working a restaurant job at that time too.
Oh, you had
so
to
I
work
had
nights.
to work. I had to work at like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So I would do my classes at like 10,
Yeah.
supposedly. And that just didn't work out.
And that's like bad. Like, yeah. And I also didn't like classes that took attendance because then I just knew I was fucked. Like if a class took attendance,
See, all of mine did because they were all like prereq classes.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
you should be able to go and just pass. Like if you don't go and like you take the test and you're good and you binge, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Took a bunch of Adderall and
Yeah.
like
I did that. I did that for humanities, and I remember the first time I took Adderall. It was on a Sunday, and I hadn't studied. And I showed up to all the classes when the test was on like 4 chapters. I went home, took like 4 Adderall. Never had done them before. Next day on the test was a 99 question test, and I remember literally reading the question and being like, "Oh, that was on page this right here," and literally I was like, "This is a miracle drug."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just got
Until it's
worse.
not.
And then I was playing video games on it. I'm like, this is like meth.
Absolutely. That's what started my whole thing with meth too.
Yeah.
Adderall?
Adderall. Yeah.
Oh no
Oh,
way.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
See, I didn't like uppers, man. Uppers.
I was an uppers guy.
I
my
loved
brain
it. Me
fucking
too.
it doesn't. Yeah, like opiates make me awake, and uppers make me insane. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like just the worst person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I just got to where I was speedballing both of them, and that was
Same.
fucking the devil. Dude.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. Just seeing Satan and talk.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
God's.
It was bad, man.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like anytime you meet someone that like says they're Jesus or like they came from Jesus, they're never on opiates. They're always on fucking tweak.
God,
you
I
know
think
what I
that
mean?
was that was me.
Yeah.
For
You get some
sure.
crazy thoughts. I see. I never got those crazy thoughts and shit, but I mean, I would start seeing shit.
Yeah.
You know, and start.
Shadow people are real.
Oh yeah.
Or the
Like,
DEA is rolling up in your driveway.
I did see them one night.
You know,
for sure.
and,
Out
like,
the
you're-
people.
you're
I
caught-
just knew they were there.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the pizza man.
Yeah. And your fucking phone is tapped and
Yeah.
like, oh God, that's the worst, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to be so OCD. I used to think like, you know how like when you walk down a sidewalk, there's a bunch of gum spots that have been there for like decades and shit.
Yeah.
If I didn't step on every single one while I was walking to my house, the DEA was going to raid my house.
You just
Oh,
knew it.
wow.
Yeah.
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 Dead serious. Like I'm not fucking with you. It was really bad. I would be with like family and shit. They'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'd be like hopping around trying to hit every fucking gum spot. But I wouldn't tell
Damn.
anybody. I wouldn't tell
Right.
nobody.
Yeah.
It's just too crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. So you got sober the first time, 21, 45 days, and then you fucking went out there and just started doing some fucking reckless shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
What did that look like?
Pretty much. That looked like it wasn't long that I stayed back out again. So I was 21. Let's see, when did I actually? That was the first time I went in treatment for the court system. The second time I went to treatment was on my own. Like
Okay.
I was living with the stripper,
Yeah.
and we were basically, you know, not working.
Well, she was working.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Nice.
She was working, and I
Okay.
was, you know, kind of a small time, you know, drug dealer.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, dude, the retired drug dealer hat is right behind you. It's like a really nice. It's a staple of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just never good at it because, you know, monkey can't eat bananas.
Yeah.
Monkeys, you know, can't sell bananas.
I
yeah.
get that.
You know what I mean?
I tried. Don't work.
I would try, but, you know, wasn't successful. I would have enough to, you know, basically supply my habit, you know, not making any money off of
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I know that.
So, but anyways, so things started getting to a point. I was living in a house my dad had, you know, not paying rent and shit. And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know, what? I wasn't working. You know, I was completely capable of working.
Did
but
you
I
bring
just-
your stripper girlfriend to family dinners and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Met-
And your
met
dad
the-
knew you were a stripper?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, your
Yeah.
wholesome father knew you were bringing a stripper to
He's
Thanksgiving.
not wholesome by any means.
Oh, really?
Did she
he's
did she
not.
have a? I'm curious to know if you called her by her real name or her stripper name.
I called her by her real name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How do you know? Are you sure it was a real name?
I'm positive.
Okay. Because that's something you always wonder is like, what? Come on. How many names deep do we got to go here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a real name. But anyways, it got to a point. I was like, man, something's got to give. I got to do something. So I'm like, you know what? I reached out to my dad, and that's kind of like a trend in me. You know, whenever shit hits the fan, my dad's the one I go to. I'm like, dude, I need help, and he's like, all right, well, what are we gonna do? So I went back to the same place that I went to detox that one time.
Yep.
And basically entered into their program. And what it was they were so busy that they had a program that was called Step Up. So it was basically a pre-program before you entered the program. So you went and lived off site and waited for a bed to open for you. So I did that for I think it was 45 days or so. And then finally, I was doing so well in treatment, they came to me and they're like, hey, look, you know, you can go to outpatient and, you know, not have to go to inpatient because we think, you know, inpatient's not, inpatient's not for you,
Yeah.
you know, at this point. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I did that, and I think I only went to a couple outpatient appointments.
Yeah.
But during that time, I can remember that's when my ex-wife, the stripper, got pregnant with my daughter.
Ooh.
It was on a pass that I had from.
How old were you at this time?
I was 23.
And how old was she? Was she like 30?
No, she's only a year older than me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because
Yeah.
you the age did. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you DNA test right after?
Oh,
to
yeah,
make sure?
my daughter it's mine
Okay.
for sure.
But you know what I'm
100
saying?
Yeah.
Kyle had a slip up and
yeah,
he
we
DNA'd.
we could stop.
Yeah, Kyle had a sober scare.
Yeah, I
and
had a
he ran a
real-
DNA test.
I had to.
Yeah. Yeah.
She tried
Wow.
to pin it on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
recently.
wasn't his.
Oh, I think I know
Yeah,
who
you
you're
do.
talking about.
Yeah,
you do.
so
Yeah.
for all your kings out there, that are questioning the chain of command,
She just didn't want it to be the other ones, you know. what I
Yeah.
mean?
The other ones.
The other ones,
Yeah.
and there could be another one out
Well,
there.
dude,
you
Kyle
No
called me
shit.
convicted.
I
This
was
is my kid. I'm like, Kyle, just slow down. man.
Fuck, dude, I was
You
fucked.
just knew it, huh?
I seen this happen a few times,
Yeah.
in the rooms specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh, yeah.
sure. But I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time out in the real world, and seeing all this shit anymore.
Yeah.
So fuck, I'm sure it happens. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there. You were in your 23.
Yeah. And so I can remember the day that she conceived because I was on a pass. And anyways, I leave there and I only went to a couple, of my outpatient deals, but I did start getting involved with AA. You know, I started going to meetings in Jacksonville, met some cool people.
Were you the youngest person there?
No, there were some other younger people there.
Because that's a big thing. A lot of young people think, oh, they go to one meeting and they're the youngest person, and they're like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
But it's like you got to find meetings. Don't go to 30 different fucking meetings
Yeah.
and find your fucking tribe.
Yeah.
Find your crowd.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was fortunate. So the one meeting that I started going to, there was a few guys that were there that I really clicked with, and so we started hanging out. And really, my first sponsor, we never even opened the book.
Oh no shit.
Never opened the book. Never did a step. Never really talked about recovery outside of meetings. But he was the guy that I wanted what he had, but not all the things that we look for in recovery. He had the nice truck. He had a business. He had a beautiful wife. He had all of these things.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I want that. But and he had been sober for a while, and so I just got linked up with him, and that was the first time that I stayed clean for almost 2 years, because I found out that Elizabeth was pregnant with my daughter, Skylar, and I'm like, okay, all right, I can do this. And it kind of just started, my focus went towards being a provider You know what I mean? And providing for them, and I wanted to, you know, buy a house and all of these things. And so that first stint, I accomplished a lot, and not really even working a program, just being dry, and going to meetings, and that's it. I started a business, bought a house.
What kind of business?
Electrical business.
Why?
I'm an electrician.
Okay. How did you train to be an electrician? When did you decide? How old were you?
Dude, I'm third generation.
So your dad was an electrician.
My dad's an electrician. My grandfather's an electrician. My uncle's an electrician.
So this is a big thing because, like, one of the things that we fucking, you know, want to do on our show is like let people know like how to build a big life sober. Because if you don't build a big life sober, you're not going to stay sober, right? If you build this small life and you stay safe and work at fucking Big Lots or home, you know, whatever the fuck. Like, we're not talking bad about small jobs, but I'm saying like, shoot for the fucking stars.
Yeah,
you know, you got a second chance.
Absolutely.
So you started your business when you were 25 and you still got that business? Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, so I started that, in 2005. My daughter was born in 2002. So, I started in 2004. It was right around the time that I started it that I started kind of dipping and dabbing back into, you know, drinking.
What'd you do
and
first?
Stuff again.
You drank first? Or smoked weed?
I really couldn't even tell you.
Oh, no shit.
I really don't even know.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
I like thinking about it. You know?
Yeah. But during that period is like kind of when I got introduced to pain pills.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Norcos, Percocets, Oxys, 80s?
Lorsets.
Oh, the blue ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5 or the, what were they?
The 10650s.
10650s.
The green ones.
Yeah, they fucked up your fucking.
Dude, I would eat them by the handful.
I do the yellow 10325s.
Just chew them up a little bit, eat them.
Yeah, the Watson 853s. Yeah. I still know, dude. Since fucking, I'd buy them for like $2.25 by the fucking bag.
Yeah.
Because they'd come in bottles of 500. I used to have this like VW bus. I bought it on Craigslist. I never changed the title, you know, and I put a bolt down safe in that bitch, and I put all of my fucking pills in the bolt down safe. So if I ever got raided, like they do a sweep of the neighborhood and look for cars or anything that was tied to my name.
Yeah.
It wasn't in my fucking name. I just parked it there, get parking tickets, whatever. And then fucking that's where my stash would be.
Brilliant.
It was
That's a paranoia.
yeah,
Brilliance.
but I'm happy with it. But yeah, the
Yeah.
green ones, the blue ones, lower tabs. Lower tabs are the blue ones, right?
Yeah, I didn't like the tabs. I like the sets.
Yeah.
Tabs got me like edgy.
Oh, dude.
Very edgy.
Okay, so you were 27 at this time?
Yeah, no. So I was. It's hard to like put back numbers to everything. I just know that Skylar was born in 2002, and we bought the house in 2004.
Okay.
And I started the business in 2005. Yes.
And you were booming probably because that was like the real estate fucking.
That was and I was residential new construction, and I had a business partner. We both, you know, we worked together at the company. My dad actually, he's the president of the air conditioning heating side of this company that I worked at for years. And me and another guy were like, you know, fuck this, you know, we can go out and get our own work.
Yeah.
And so my dad was my qualifying agent, started the business, and we got, you know, a couple good builders, and we killed it for probably until about 2008.
And you were smashing pills, just fucked up.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah.
That happened. You got.
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of people
and drinking, and then eventually the cocaine came back in.
You ever do Xanax?
I'm not a Xanax guy.
Oh, that's good.
Bad
You're lucky.
experiences.
Yeah,
Bad
especially
experiences.
electrician, because it's fucking dangerous, dude. If you're in a blackout and you're fucking handling like 220 or like some fucking serious shit, like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I mean, my first DUI, I flipped my car off a bridge at 90 miles an hour on Xanax.
No way.
Yeah, I
Blacked
passed out at the wheel, and I had a passenger with me.
You woke up in the hospital?
Well, I woke up, kind of came to a couple times. Like the car flipped through the concrete guardrail and landed on the roof of the car. And the only reason why I'm sitting here because it was low tide. We landed in the mud.
No
right.
way.
Yeah. So whenever we hit the bridge, basically I had a speaker box in the back of it. It catapulted out of the back hatch and up over the car. And I remember coming to and looking over at my window and looking over at my buddy that was with me. His blood's all going down the side of his face. And I'm like, fuck, man. And so there was about that much mud and about that much water on my window right here. And I just started punching it. And he's like, dude, no, what are you doing? I'm like, I got to get out of here. And I kind of black out again at that point. Don't really remember. He tells me later on what we had to do is dig out from behind it where the window got busted out and dig the mud out. And that's how we crawled out of it.
No way.
We crawled out of it that way and then like made our way over to the speaker box, and we're hanging over the speaker box. And a freaking, passerby came and saw us, and basically they had to get a semi tow truck to come winch us up out of the
No shit.
out of
You
the
were
fucking
down there.
out of the fucking river.
buddies.
Both
Dude,
of us.
I'd be worried about quicksand. That's like one of my irrational
Dude, it was like
fears.
it was like mud, like
You get
nasty
stuck.
fucking.
What time
mud.
of day was this? What our night?
Dude, this was probably like 2 or like 12, 1 in the morning.
Hey, dude.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I always been worried about quicksand. Like I've never been in a quicksand situation, but like I do worry about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's just there. It's also like
Have you ever seen quicksand?
on a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I forgot all about quicksand.
I know.
Actually.
Honestly, I'm worried about it. Also, like volcanoes. Like I don't know why,
Yeah,
but I just
yeah.
worry about volcanoes. You know what I mean? Like there probably is not one in Florida, but fuck.
Not even close.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so you're 27, you get sober. Your business partner pissed. Is he pissed that you're fucking up?
I mean, yeah, but hey, I mean, I was the president of the company,
Yeah.
and you know, I mean, he was upset, but you know, and I kind of blamed it on the economy, which the economy did take a shit,
Yeah.
you know, back then, and so you know, the business started going downhill. Could I have made it through that if I wasn't doing what I was doing? Yes.
Because everyone needs a fucking electrician.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter like how bad the economy is. It's like, do you want to fix your fucking lights or not? Dude?
Right. And we could have just switched gears and went another route. Instead of doing residential new construction only, we could have done service like what I do now.
Yeah.
And there's like you said, everybody, tons of people need shit all the time.
Yeah.
Fans hung, outlets changed, you know, just
Yeah.
little,
Question.
little shit.
Do you are you on social media?
No.
Okay, because I always every time I hear about electricians and stuff like that, man, they rag on you guys.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is like the first thing that I see, like what electricians wear on the weekends.
just mad 'cause we make
you know
good
what I
money.
mean? Like one of
Dude,
these.
that's the thing. You want to know the truth?
Because we're probably the cleaner of the trades.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, it's true.
Okay, that makes
It's
sense.
true.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be real. It's dangerous. Like a plumber's not gonna fucking die from a fucking electrical surge or some fucking crosswire shit. You know.
No.
But like so like one of my uncles is extremely wealthy guy, right? Extremely wealthy. And like I'd go down his neighborhood when I was a kid. I remember pointing at houses and be like, what does that guy do? What does that guy do? What does that guy do? This guy owns a plumbing company that has like 40 trucks, $10 million house neighborhood, right? This guy owns a electrician company. This guy owns a dental, has like, multiple dental outlets. And it's like the amount of money that tradesmen have the ability to make.
Absolutely.
It's fucking staggering. And that's like one thing too. AI, like everyone's worried about AI, oh, it's gonna take jobs. Go be a fucking electrician or an AC or a fucking plumber. Go be a real job. And like, I think young people don't have an appreciation for that shit. They look down on it.
Yeah.
They'd rather be some shitty
Rather be a YouTuber or a gamer.
or a retail
or
associate.
Something that doesn't take physical activity.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, in 10 years, maybe 15 years, we are going to be worth so much money.
Yes.
The tradesmen.
You could charge whatever you want.
Because because what's happening this generation now, none of them are getting into it.
Nope.
They all want to go like something with computers or, whatever it may be. They're not getting into the trades.
No.
At all.
None.
So what's going to happen? I mean, the old guys, they're falling off left and
Well,
right.
I already got a plan for that.
You
dude.
know?
So my business plan is to start like a trade school that goes and trades guys or trains guys when they're in prison or they're in jail, and then get them to come out, have housing ready for them in a sober living environment where they get drug tested, and then they're already trained on the trade because they ain't got nothing to do in there. They might as well be learning how to do something.
Yeah.
And then they work their rent off and whatever their expenses are, and then they work and you help them build a trade. They want to go start their own
great.
business someday. Awesome.
Yeah.
So not only do you have a workforce available, but you house them and you give them good life skills. You teach them how to get their credit score up, how to save some money, what bank to use. You get this little
Life shit.
life shit,
Yeah.
right? Man school. Like I never would have been a man. Like the first time I got sober, or when I got sober, I was 23. I couldn't get a job because I was a felon. So my first sponsor, white collar guy, told me go wait outside of Home Depot. Right. And I was like, dude, I was wearing like drug dealer clothes, like True Religion jeans and fucking, hey, remember Ed Hardy?
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
wearing Ed Hardy, like bedazzled shirts and shit, like waiting outside of fucking Home Depot. And like the first guy came pick me up and he'd be like, why are you here? I thought he was like an undercover. I was like, is this illegal? Like I'm on probation right now. He's like, no, it's not illegal. But I need you're I was the only white guy on the fucking corner. He's like, yeah, he was wondering why the fuck I was there. I was like, I just need work, man. I need to pay for my sober living. I had no help. So he picked me up, put a nail gun in my hand first fucking day. And I was like, who the fuck puts a nail gun in a guy's like me's hand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to use a fucking nail gun. He's like, figure it out. Shoot some nails and fucking you'll learn.
Right.
And I fucking did.
You'll learn fast.
I'm fucking grateful. I learned how to do crown molding, baseboards, floorboards, learned framing, you name it.
And that's shit that no one can ever take from you.
Never.
Like a trade. My grandfather told me that years ago. Like, you learn a trade, it's something you're going to have for the rest of your life. It's never going to go away, and it's something that no one can ever take from you. You know what you know. You're skilled.
Yeah.
You know?
We built this whole bitch.
Yeah.
This entire place. Minus we didn't do any electrical work, dude. So I'll fucking give you credit there because we ain't fucking trying to
fuck with that
we
shit.
ain't fucking with that shit. You know
That's
what I
the
mean?
one thing that I always said. That and roofing, I will not do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing. And we're like doctors. Electricians are like doctors because freaking 75% of society does not want to fuck.
The only wiring I know is I did irrigation. I'm like really good at irrigation. So like wiring up some valves and some timers and stuff like that, I can do that.
Low
But-
voltage shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit that's not
But
going
I'm
to
not,
fuck
Yeah.
But I've gotten
Like-
shocked by some pumps before I felt it in my heart. You know what I mean? It shocked my heart.
You ever been shocked?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
How bad?
Uh,
Knocked out?
Not knocked out. The worst shock I ever had was actually from 120 volts.
Was that your fault or like
Totally my fault. But
Were you high?
No, I wasn't high.
Oh,
I wasn't high.
I bet if you were high, you'd have like a better chance of surviving.
Yeah. Well, the thing with 120 volts is it'll hold you.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, 220 will fucking knock you off of it. It'll knock you across the
You
room.
can survive at 220?
Yeah, you could survive at 220.
Okay.
Yeah, but 120 volts, it'll like grab a hold of you and not let you go.
No way.
So yeah,
You'll
there's,
feel it longer.
There's people that die. Like there was a guy a few years ago in the trade in Jacksonville. He was just crawling through an attic, doing some service work or whatever it may be. And back in the day, they didn't have a code for where you had to run a separate ground through like EMT conduit, which is metal conduit.
Okay.
You used the conduit for the ground.
Oh, so the wire
the whole
was
thing
touching.
was hot.
So what happens? So what happens in that instance is if you get a nick in that hot wire and it touches that conduit, it's fucking energized because there's no ground on it. So he was crawling through the attic, and he actually like crawled across this piece of metal conduit, and it hit him right here on the chest, and he couldn't get off of it, and it killed him.
No
Because
shit.
he was
What a
already,
way to
like,
go. An attic.
In
It
an
probably
attic.
stunk. Like
Yeah,
it stunk the attic.
couldn't get off of it, dude.
That's what I would think about is the smell. Dude. It's no good. You know what I mean? Then you got to be like, who's fixing this? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I feel bad for the dude, but
Yeah.
like my house staff was fucked up. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
But yeah, it can be dangerous. But the worst time I ever got shocked was by 120 volts. I was actually I don't know if you know what knob and tube wiring is. It's really, really old school wiring. Like if you have a house with knob and tube in it now, and an insurance company sees that shit, they're like, "We ain't fucking
Was it from
insuring
like
you."
30s and 40s?
Yeah, it's way back. So it was like separate conductor
Oh, right.
lines.
Yeah.
They would run like a hot on just one wire with these little knobs that it would run through, and then a ground through the other knobs, like all through your house, going to these different points. Super dangerous shit.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, like the little
Corroded.
well, not even corroded. Like the insulation they had on them was paper,
Oh
basically.
shit.
So it would
Okay.
just come off, and you'd have fucking bare ass wires running through your attic.
No way.
Yeah. So one day I had to get up in this attic, and I only had a 4-foot ladder, and so I had to kind of like throw my hands up in the attic access or my arms up like this to like boost myself up.
And you hit one.
I hit both of them.
On the
Oh,
funny
shit.
bone?
huh?
On the funny
No,
bone.
on this part of my arms right here.
Oh,
so the hot was running down this side, the neutral was running down this side, and I put both of my arms on it like that.
shit.
It felt like Mike Tyson fucking punched me in the chest, dude. I almost hit the ground. Like,
No shit.
yeah, I caught myself on the ladder, and dude, it was scary.
Did you take the day off or you kept going?
No, I just kept going, dude. Just kept
That's
fucking
what an
going.
addict
Yeah,
would
yeah.
do.
Yeah,
That's
kept
why
going.
our generation's so soft. Like I look at it and a lot of people are like, oh, it's a shame. But I look at it like opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like there's less competition out there. All these soft people that just want to fucking be out there, like you think we're out here like not doing shit. Like we are fucking working, dude. And we're
Yeah.
gonna work and take all the fucking opportunity, and you can sit there and bitch about it and try to get your hand out, but it ain't coming. You know what I mean? Because you didn't work for it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so you sponsor guys? You gotta
Yeah.
Okay, tight.
Yeah.
So you've taken a guy through the 12 steps.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Taken a few of
He's
them.
still sober?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I don't know.
You know?
I think so.
I hope so.
I think so.
I got a couple guys that have like
Yeah.
I've probably taken maybe I don't know. I've had like over 100 sponsees, but how many of them finish the steps? Maybe like 24. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
How many of them are still sober today? Maybe like 5.
Yeah.
You know? It's because they didn't give back. I
Right.
think that's it. Like you owe when someone
You get complacent, you get comfortable, you know, and it happens.
Yeah, I think your life gets full again. You know, this is what I was told when I got like a year sober. Some old timer came up to me and he's like, get 5 years, get 10 years. And then someone told me around 5 years they see guys go out. You know, you got 4.5 years, so I'll fucking say it. But whatever, dude.
Yeah.
But you get you usually get a woman in your life, you get a home, you get friends, you get a social life, you get a fucking big life.
All these things.
And then you put other things first.
Yeah.
And you forget about the fucking, what gave it to you.
Right.
And then you stop going and you neglect that fucking really important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got scared because I never want to get loaded again, dude.
I don't either.
Last night, okay, this is a funny thing. People on Ned is? He's got like 36 years.
Yeah, he owns Ned's restaurant.
Yeah. He came on. We were talking about weed. There's a lot of people saying that, like, oh, I smoked weed and got off crack or opiates or, fucking speedballing and my life's good now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, I can't smoke weed, but I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking about all these people on there that were talking about how like their life's okay and they smoke weed now. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, I could start smoking blunts and joints. I was like, first I was just playing with the joints. I was like, I'm not going to go straight to blunts, But in my mind, I'm like, okay, these people are commenting saying, oh, I can smoke weed and it saved my life and I got off drugs. And I'm like, maybe I missed that. Like I just leaped too far, like straight into full sober. So maybe I can like smoke joints. Then I started thinking about it. I'm like, I could be on the beach with my wife smoking a joint.
Oh, it all sounds great.
I could be on a 6-hour car ride with my wife smoking a joint. And then I was like, but I'm going to want to smoke a joint every 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to want to smoke a joint before bed. Then she's going to come and try to kiss me and I'm going to have all that fucking tar in my mouth.
Then everything's going to revolve around smoking a joint.
Smoking joints.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to need a gang of joints.
I've been there. I've done that.
Right.
I did the whole, I had that same thought process and I acted on it.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out well.
It doesn't.
Let me tell
you.
Because what happens is usually even the guy, if he's just a weed dealer, let's say, you're going over there to get some shit from him. What if his buddy comes in the room?
Yeah.
You
got the pills.
He's got the pills in his pocket. You hear him.
Yeah.
You hear him rattling around.
Like, I deserve it.
You hear him rattling around. You're like, you may not act on it that time.
Yeah.
But you
Not
come
that
over there
time,
again.
yeah.
The buddy comes in, pills rattling again. You're like, hey man, what do you got in your pocket over there?
Yeah.
And it's just that process that happens, and it's happened to me.
And I mean, like the reality is that I cannot smoke weed like only once in a while. It would be every day.
You're
and then it
waking
would be
up.
like every moment. Like and that's what I was thinking about. I was like, I'll have a special little bong. Even last night I was laying in bed. First I was thinking about smoking joints on the beach. Then I was smoking
You're such
joints.
a fucking addict.
Yeah,
Right?
you just went through the
I was
whole
smoking
process.
joints.
Yeah.
I was smoking joints in the car on the ride home because my wife and I just took a 6-hour car ride. So I'm smoking joints in the car, and then I'm like, okay, now I got to have a little bong that I can smoke joints. I can smoke bong loads before bed, right? And I'm
Absolutely.
like, okay,
You
and
gotta
then
be
I'm
able
like,
to sleep good.
I'm like, yeah, I got to sleep good,
Yeah.
exactly. And then I'm like, no, like this is addict thinking. So if you're out there and you can smoke weed and like get off drugs with it, I'm
Hell
fucking
yeah.
proud of you.
I
But
wish I was you.
You're
Yeah,
not an
right.
addict.
Right.
You're not an addict
Yeah.
because an addict has to have weed on them 24/7. And if you're out there and you quit doing hard drugs and you're smoking weed every fucking day, good news is that you're an addict. It's just a matter of time before you're going to get fully sober if you want to have a massive life. I think you can
Right.
maintain a baseline just smoking weed only. You could probably just get by, but like
For
you're
a
gonna,
while, but then that's not going to be enough.
No, it's not yet. Either
It's
that's
going to
not
get to a
enough,
point where that's not enough.
or if you're not like or you're not going to you're not
For
going to
me.
evolve. You're not going to evolve as a human. You're
The
not going to
spiritual. You're not gonna be spiritually.
You're not
fit.
going to be spiritually fit. You're not going to be like building a fucking big dope life. You know what I mean? I don't know any guys that smoke weed every fucking day that fly around the world and fucking live big lives and help other people and they're fucking super active in their community. That's who I want to be. And in order for me to be that, I have to be 100% sober, right? I want to be active in the community. I want to help people. I want to travel and see everything. I want to experience fucking Earth while I'm fucking here. And if I'm smoking joints every 6 hours,
That's my dad.
Well, that's like
My
yeah.
dad. My dad does.
I like the. I
He
like
smoked
the.
since he was a teenager.
oh no shit.
I mean, he's not he won't sit down and smoke a whole joint.
Yeah.
He's just got little one hitters,
Yeah, see, that's
He
cute.
smoked-
Yeah.
I just can't do that.
and he's 66 years old,
Bless him.
and he's
I'm jealous.
super successful.
Uh-huh.
Has retired, traveling,
But just a
Like,
little one hitter.
just a little bit. That's all he does.
The little cigarette
It's like
one hitter.
people-
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
those
people
are the
that can-
best.
That's
the people that can drink the drink and then leave like a little bit left when they leave. I noticed that at the restaurants or bars. I'm like, oh, they left and they left a third of their drink. Like, why?
Oh, you paid for that.
right.
Yeah, you paid for that. That's better. That's like the best part of the drink. You know?
Yeah.
Fucked. Okay, cool. So this time around, what was different, man? How did life look before you got sober this time around?
Oh man, have I ever showed you the picture of me?
No, you didn't.
Fuck,
How much did you weigh?
dude. I'll show you when we get done.
Okay.
I weighed maybe 150 pounds.
And what do you weigh today?
I weighed 210.
Okay. Damn, you're sucked up.
Fuck, dude. I look like
Skin and bones.
death.
Were you shooting it? Smoking?
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shooting it, yeah.
Okay, you were going full throttle.
All the way.
Okay, good.
And I said I would never. That's one of the things I said I would never do.
That's the same.
And I found it probably, I don't know, 3 years prior to that, and just
That's how quickly that takes you too, man. I was the same exact way.
yeah,
Yeah, when you got to wear long sleeves in the summer.
But fuck that, I didn't even go out.
I didn't.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had like this probably a 10 square block area that I lived in.
Right.
You know, on the west side of Jacksonville.
You wouldn't go anywhere else.
Like I wouldn't go anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Oh, wow.
Like I would go to different sides of town, you know, at different time, you know, and I'd be like, holy shit, when did they build that?
Right.
You know what I mean? This looks totally different. He's like, it's looked like this for a while, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you need to get out more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know. I relate with that.
And the thing was, I knew I looked bad. I knew I looked like shit. So I didn't want to go around anyone that, you know,
You might run into somebody.
I might
that
run
you
into
know.
somebody.
Yeah.
Like, and so I was just running with these, you know, this little crowd of people. And yeah, it was rough, man.
Okay, so then like how'd you fucking figure out like, okay, so you were fucking super skinny, sucked up, hooked on drugs, and then what happened? Called dad?
So basically one day, and I always tell this when I tell my story. So what happened was I'm not going to go all the way back to that because it can get long. But anyways, so what got me here today was I did like almost 11 months in jail in Santa Rosa County for a violation of probation on a felony drug charge.
Okay.
I couldn't stay sober. You know, they transferred my probation back here to Jacksonville. And the first probation appointment I went into, met with a probation officer. I was still, you know, using.
Yeah.
And so we had our little appointment. He said, all right, now I need you to go over and to this treatment center or whatever and basically take a drug test, you know, get evaluated by them. So I went over there. It's still not even in my mind that I'm going to be getting drug tested at this place I'm getting evaluated. So I did. I went in there, got evaluated, and they drug tested me, and I pissed hot for so many different things.
Yeah.
And so basically I walked out of that door, and when I walked out of the door, got in the parking lot, my probation officer's calling me. Didn't answer it. So at that point,
You
just
were
bucked.
Yeah.
You know, and basically ran from them for probably 6 months until they caught up with me.
It's funny, like you brought up a really funny thing to me. It's like, you know, when you'd go drug test somewhere and then they would read off all the shit that you had in your fucking body, and you're like, I didn't even know I took ketamine. What the fuck? Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, you got ketamine in you, muscle relaxers, animal
Dude, the whole fucking
tranquilizer.
cup was lit up, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Melting the cup.
They're like, what is wrong with you, dude?
fuck, dude.
Yeah, that shock that the technician has on their face when they see like this human has.
He probably just saw the color. The color of it was like a fucking orange.
Well, that's,
You know what I mean?
I tried to drink the drink to pass it, and then I was like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all's drug test, dude. He's like, well, I'll try another one, and I was like, cool, and it failed it, and I was like, oh, something's wrong with all them tests. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you went
basically,
absconded. You
yeah,
absconded.
absconded.
Yeah.
Yep. And so ran from them. They caught up to me basically about 6 months. I don't know, 4 or 6 months later, and I ended up going to jail. So not only that was I running from that, I had child support looking for me. You know, they're coming and knocking on my door, and I'm hiding from them too. So I go to jail. Didn't have a license, and so basically, moral of that story is I ended up becoming a convicted felon because I couldn't stay sober.
Yeah.
And I had to go back to Santa Rosa County and do my time.
11 months.
Yeah, do my time.
That's
there.
a long. That's a
It was
stretch.
like 9 months there, and I was in Duval County for 2 months waiting to get over there.
Are you trustee? Did you get
Yeah, I
that?
was trustee.
Yeah, because you're clean cut.
Yeah.
When you're clean
I was
cut,
brown.
yeah.
I was tan trustee over there. A tan trustee, you're able to go outside.
Oh, no
So I
way.
was the guy that brought shit in.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
Okay, I
was
brought
the
drugs up
cigarette
my ass with me to drink.
lighter guy. You know what
Wow.
I mean?
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes.
Okay,
Oh,
'cause
so nothing changed when you went to jail. You were just you're scheming shit in jail.
Yeah. So like yeah. And what's crazy?
How'd you bring them in?
Well, so what we would do, we would take the trash out every night.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people would have whoever like over by the dumpster area. Like
It's always
stash-
over by the dumpster,
stash-
man. That's
stash
what
shit.
happened over
Oh
here.
no, and the
So
cops knew. Deputies knew.
Not really.
Well, it keeps the peace. That's the
Yeah.
truth. Like we called it the key. If you had the lighter, you had the key. Like you were the
Right.
fucking king. Like
Right.
that was the guy because he was
yeah.
in on every session.
Yeah, lighter. You gotta have a lighter smoke. You gotta have a lighter to run
Yeah, you
tattoos.
get a little mini Bic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of that shit.
Uh-huh.
I actually got my hands done by a water gun in
Oh,
jail.
no shit.
Yeah,
Davey
No
did a good
way.
job.
yeah.
In
That's
county jail.
County jail.
Jesus.
How much?
We didn't
how
have
many?
tattoos.
How many packs of noodles did those cost?
Dude, I don't even remember. I don't even remember what it was. But yeah,
Extra
they
trays and
made
shit.
a water machine out of like a fucking lotion bottle, a crock,
Damn,
A
this
fucking-
is ingenuity right there,
Dude.
A
man.
Croc sandal.
crock sandal.
Croc
No
sandals.
shit.
Crocs. If you're out there, your sandals make tattoo
No
guns.
shit.
I swear to God, dude, it was a lotion, one of the small state lotion bottles, and they took a crock and basically cut an impeller out of the crock, and then you had to get a pin. So you got the pin, ran the pin through the impeller, and then basically
When you pump the lotion bottle, it would.
no. So one of the guys fucking went to medical one day. He had some shit going on, and he comes back with a hose. He stole a hose from medical from like one of the breathing treatment things they had, a whole hose. It was like a 10-foot hose.
Okay.
So we rigged up a hose to where it would go into the lotion bottle and basically push water against the impeller, which would spin it and make the fucking
Oh,
needle
no
way.
and
shit.
make the needle run.
That is some tweaker
And then,
ingenuity.
and then we rigged up a thing to hook it up to the sink.
Oh,
in
you
the
turned the
bathroom.
sink on.
Turn the sink on.
Oh,
but then
that's
you had
brilliant.
to, and you know, in
Yeah,
jail,
you had to have somebody keep
you had,
pressing that button.
you had to pay somebody a couple soups to sit there and press the button
Oh,
while you're sitting there
wow.
fucking running. And dude, this thing sounded like a fucking real machine. It was like,
Wow.
Damn, so you had to go to the cell that had the most pressure too. 'Cause
Where
some
I'm
of those
from-
cells,
Right.
you know.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
where I'm from, how they did it was with CDs. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
get a CD player, like back in the day, and they
Yeah.
would take the motor from the CD player, and that
Yeah.
motor would be what was powering the tattoo
Yeah.
gun.
see, they didn't allow any of that in there.
Yeah.
So we had to get real fucking creative.
That is
Yeah,
clever.
man, that is cool.
That is
It was-
honestly.
It was bad. There's people getting their heads tattooed, their necks and shit. I got this done, and I got another one right here.
Well,
But-
dude, thank God I didn't have that because honestly, I'm like so easily impressioned. Like, you know what I mean? I got a YOLO tattoo on my arm, dude. I'm like trying to get it removed right now. And it was just like, and that was sober. Imagine like I'm low because I brought oxys with me into jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 48 of them. I planned out my detox. You know what I mean? But fuck. Okay. So you went
Dude,
to 11
We
months.
probably don't have enough time for this story.
Okay. So 11 months sober, or not 11 months sober. You went to jail for 11 months. You weren't sober in jail, obviously.
When I went into jail, the only thing I could think about was getting high again.
Yeah.
Like first I'm like, God damn, I can't wait to get out of here and get fucked up again. And then once I got to Santa Rosa County, I don't know, like maybe a month in, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to get high anymore.
Yeah.
So I called my girlfriend at the time, which she sold a lot of methamphetamine.
Okay.
And I told her, I was like, look, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I was like, just when I get home, I don't want it around. She's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So, but all I did was tell myself I didn't want to do it anymore. You know, didn't do anything to work on myself.
Yep.
And there was guys in our pod that was having AA meetings and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, fuck that shit. You know, I ain't going.
Right, you still think you can do it yourself.
Right,
Yeah.
right. If I don't mess with this,
Yeah.
if I don't do this, I'll be good.
Yeah.
You know. So, anyways, the first night out, I get home, open my drawer, there it is, right there, fucking ounce of it,
No.
fucking. First night out, right back to it. Then I'm only gonna do it occasionally.
And while you're on probation too.
No, I was off probation.
Oh, no way,
at
you
that
served
point.
the
I
month.
served the time.
Off probation.
Oh, yeah, now you're a free man.
Wiped everything out.
Yeah.
So basically, when I got out of jail that time, it was kind of God for doing for me for what I couldn't do for myself, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember like a few days before getting arrested, when all that process started, sitting on my back porch, just saying, "God help me," just that simple prayer, just God help
Right.
me, because I knew shit was fucking going down.
And then you shot 11 months. And how long in between the out of jail to when you're like, I'm getting clean?
So I got out of jail in February,
Okay.
and I went into treatment on October 25th.
Oh, you were out there for a minute.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
and then where'd you
in-
go to treatment? Jacksonville?
No, it was a place in Georgia. It's called Bridges of Hope.
Tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big book camp, man.
That's good.
6 months.
You need that old fashioned shit.
I needed it.
Yeah.
I needed it. I knew I wanted something long term.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I don't believe in like the short term 30-day, 45-day deals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If somebody is for me, if I'm
Well, as
serious
bad
about
as
it,
you were, But like, let put it this way: like, I got sober when I was 23. I know I needed to get sober when I was like 19. But the main reason I didn't get sober was because I wasn't about to go away for 30 or 90 fucking days. Like, I ain't going away for that long. My life is fucking good right now. I'm in college. Like, fuck, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if somebody said,
shit
hey,
hadn't gotten bad enough.
yeah,
yet.
but if I went away for someone for 7 days and they kind of planted the seed, if I could just get off oxys, like if for, you know, a 7-day fucking detox, and then like maybe I would have not as crashed as hard, right? You know what I mean? If I would have fucking been like, if, you know what I mean? A stepping stone kind of.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that would have worked. You know, it takes what it takes.
Yeah, for me, I needed long term. Like,
Yeah.
That was my second long term that I went to. And it was 6 months. But yeah, so that what led me to there was one day, basically the girlfriend, she had moved out. Fucking, I told her, get her shit, get out. She moved out. And you know, I had basically ran out of shit. At that time I was doing fentanyl and meth.
God.
Yeah. And I was kind of doing a trade deal, like I would have some meth, I would trade the fentanyl guy anyways. So it got to a point where, you know, I didn't have any money. And I had to do something to get high because I was sick.
Yeah.
You know, and I had this safe that I had stolen and already sold everything out of it. And I'm like, hey, I could sell this safe to him. You know, it's a nice safe. It's like a digital, you know, safe. And so I called him. I said, hey, you want this safe? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, just bring it over. So before I left the house, I checked it. I didn't have the key to it, but I had
the code.
I just set another code on it.
Yeah.
I put new batteries in it, set another code, checked it. Everything's good. Take it over to him. Fucking safe wouldn't work.
Oh.
Safe wouldn't work. Tried new batteries. Everything. He's like, dude, I don't fucking want this shit, man. I'm like, dude, come on, man. I was like, I'm hurting. He's like, I got to get rid of this for money. I'm hurting too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker. So this is like a friend of mine too.
You
like,
robbed his ass.
Well, this is the thing. So I go back home.
Yeah.
I'm like sick. Like, I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go kick his door in. So I had a sawed-off shotgun.
No.
Yeah, I had a sawed-off shotgun in my bedroom. I go in there, I grab the shotgun, and I sit down on the couch, and I have the shotgun sitting here, and I have my cell phone sitting here. And I'm like, about to go do this, and something just popped in my head. Call your dad.
Of course. That's good. Dude, your dad's a goat.
Call your dad.
Yeah, I get chills thinking about that. I love that part of your story.
Yeah, he said it's just like, call your dad. And instead of picking that shotgun up, I picked that cell phone up and called my dad. And he was like, he had a girlfriend at the time. She had a little band, and they were out in Jack's Beach doing a show. And it was like, I don't know, like 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening. And he's like, all right, man. He's like, I'll be there. He's like, I gotta pack up this shit. And he said, I'm coming to you. Like, no questions asked.
What a good man.
Dude,
Right.
Like, yeah.
That he's your fucking guardian.
That's a
angel.
big thing about today, and we talk about this a lot. As families don't, you know, there's a lot of judgment and stuff like that, and a lot of kids and the children are afraid to go to their parents but it's a big thing is just admitting that you need help, and your parents and your family should be there. You know, once you're ready to admit that.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, so that
And this was 4.5 years ago.
yeah.
Fucking tight.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
44.
Yeah.
So you're 40 years
So
old.
my birthday's on October 15th.
Okay.
So October 15th, my dad calls me. He's like, hey, I want to come take you to lunch. And I'm like, all right, you know. So I'm fucked up, you know. And so he takes me to lunch, and we sit down at a table. He's sitting across from me. Now, granted, I'm 150 fucking pounds. He's looking at his son. Never seen his son like this before, ever. Like, he knew I looked bad. You know what? He didn't ask me anything about what's going on with you. Like, are you okay? Like, he just kind of he didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
You know, we had lunch. He took me home. I asked him for $20 and he said no.
Tight.
Right.
You know, so, and that's what saved me too, because he's always been the one that's like bailed me out monetarily. Like, it just, you know,
bro,
always.
Until you wanted,
It's
until
such a
you
trip to
wanted to
me.
help yourself.
Right.
There was
So
nothing that he could do.
And at that time, I was so pissed at him that he didn't do that. But now, that saved my life too.
Right.
And I'm
parents like that
grateful.
as well, yeah.
I'm grateful for that.
Right.
Looking back on it now, I'm like, God damn.
If he would have gave you that 20, maybe that was enough to.
Maybe who knows? But I ended up finding some money. But
course.
anyways, that whenever he came and picked me up, we were riding over his house. He said, why didn't you say anything to me the other day? And my simple, I wasn't ready.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I wasn't ready. I wasn't there yet. You know? And
That takes a lot, dude, to be ready. Like, I mean, I don't know what the fucking switch is or what the combo, you know? I wonder where that safe is at this point. Because that safe's got to be out there. You know, I'm wondering someone's using it.
who knows, man? And so I went off to treatment. And when I got done with treatment, I had to go back over to the house and clean all my shit out. And I had a garage that was like my tweaker palace back there. Had all my tools and like the little motorcycles I was working on.
What kind of tools do you use?
All this
Ryobi,
shit.
Milwaukee? What do you
All
got?
kinds of shit.
No, what's your
man.
favorite brand, though? Every man's got a brand.
I mean, Rigid's pretty nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're a rigid guy. You know, you strike me more of a Makita guy.
I know
you
you
were
strike
cool.
me as a Milwaukee guy.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
Okay.
He's,
They
an
work.
Well,
he's an
every man's
electrician. He's an electrician.
Every
so-
man's got his tools.
they work for what I need. Makita is nice though. My boss,
there it
my
is.
boss has the Makita.
There it is.
And
Okay.
they are nice.
I'm a Milwaukee guy.
When my Rigid wears out, I am gonna go Makita.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you got out.
I just got him
6
because he bought all the shit for me.
That's why, dude. That's the only reason. That's the only reason anyone has Makita. Because someone's buying it, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay, so you get out of that 6-month treatment. You come home, clean out your tweaker palace.
Yep, do all that, and fucking that safe was probably back there in that garage. You know, I left a lot of shit there because it was a house again my dad owned that I was living in. I wasn't paying him fucking rent on it. I couldn't even keep the fucking lights on there because I had too much of a habit.
Yeah.
I would run a fucking generator in the back in the shop and backfeed through to the house and have fucking lights and shit.
That's electrician.
Yeah,
Right there.
that's funny. That's like my dope man's house. He was like, he ran his power got off. He went to his neighbor's house and ran a line to it. You know,
Wow. That's
Yeah,
funny.
dude.
crazy.
Big ass generator, dude, running in the garage. But
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you end up going to meetings? You came back, you hit the ground running, or what?
yeah, so what I did is, man, I don't know how much time we got, but there's a whole.
We got like 7 minutes left. I want to talk about what your life looks like today.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I went to work when I got back here. I'm from Jacksonville originally, so I moved here to St. Augustine in a house that my dad had here, and completely, uprooted from there to here. And I had actually a guy that owns a treatment center here in town offered me a job.
Which treatment?
The
center?
Augustine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Is
Jason.
that Tark?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. So he offered me a job. There's a whole story behind that too. We don't have time, but anyways, he offered me a job. He said, "If you want to come work for me," and my thing was always when I would get sober, I would always rush back and try to get all of this shit back really fast, and I was good at doing that.
That's what winners do.
But it came with a price.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff became my higher power.
Yeah. I've seen, like, this time I got sober, I started as a Home Depot fucker and then a waiter, and it took me years to get anything.
So I said this time, I said, I'm not doing that. Whatever it takes, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So I got offered that job, making less money than I was ever made in my life, probably since I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? That year was another valuable lesson for me.
You're
Just
playing kickball, not giving a fuck, going to Crystal Burger, or
It's
whatever.
rewarding.
going to the beach, helping guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I kind of look at that as my sober living in a sense.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't from here. I really didn't know anybody here. And so that got me introduced to a lot of people here in
You
town.
got plugged in, and
And
you
I
were
had some accountability.
Bro, that's the word.
I had some accountability
Yeah.
there, and it worked, and it helped me learn the value of a dollar again because I had to live off of like next to nothing.
Right.
I think it was like $11 an hour that I was making.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how am I going to do this? You know what? Not a single time over that course of that year did I ever not have what I needed.
How proud
And
was
did
your
I-
dad, dude?
Oh, dude, like super.
That's the thing.
Quick,
I don't even know.
you get your trust back from your family whenever you clean up. It takes a lot less time than I ever thought it would.
I don't even like, I just imagine what your dad looks like and like who he is as a human and shit, but like, what a fucking good human, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Like, for
Awesome.
real, because I
Yeah.
can imagine you're probably the biggest pain in the ass, and that motherfucker still rooted for
Loved
you.
me.
You have brothers?
Loved me. I've got a half brother.
Okay.
He moved off right after he got it. He's 8 years older than me. But he went off the military. He's retired military and shit. We're completely polar opposites.
Totally. But your dad
Polar.
fucking, he
But
kept,
my dad adopted him when he was 3 years old.
no shit.
Yeah.
Fucking dude. But
Yeah.
like, he saved your life, man.
Yeah.
Guardian angel shit.
And my dad's always been there, always been on my side. Never said, people say something bad about me. He's always there to defend me.
That's the kind of dad I want to be.
Yeah. And, I'll never forget when we got in the truck to leave to go to treatment from his house. We got in there and I'm like, just like down. You know what I mean? He could tell. He's like, you all right? And I'm like, No. He's like, I said, I've given up. He's like, you know what, Chris? He said, I'm never giving up on you. He said, I will never give up on you.
Good.
You know, and that kind of hit different when he said that.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it to be true. 100%.
Look at the action, bro.
100%.
So I got a question. What does it feel like to be you today?
Yeah, that's what we want to know. Brag? I want you to brag, dude. I want you to talk about all.
I'm not a bragger.
No, I know you're not.
But this is to help people out. Look into that camera right there, and what does it feel like
Chris,
to be you?
Normal people out there, they saw you when you were fucked up and like the worst, man. And then it's our responsibility to fucking say how good we get it now. So then they can see, like, when they see another addict out there or another alcoholic that's fucked up, they get to see what we could be like and what we will be like if we recover and we have hope and support around us. And we have to fucking be loud. So I want you to fucking brag, dude.
Pitch it.
Yeah. I mean, my life today is beyond my wildest dreams, really.
Describe it.
To be honest with you, I've got married last year to my high school sweetheart. We got reconnected after 20 years. And why she ever even talked to me again, I have no idea. I cheated on her 20 years ago. She's wasn't one to wait around for see how that played out. She was gone. We reconnected after 20 years. We're married now. Love her to death. She's beautiful. Just bought that house that I came to live in of my dad's.
Tight.
Just bought that at the first of this year. You know, I make killer money. You know, I love what I do. I have respect from, you know, people without demanding respect from people.
Yeah, that's big time.
You know what I mean?
Everybody in our fucking group respects the shit out of you.
Yeah, I remember the very first time I seen you, I was like, I like this guy for that. And I had no idea. I think you were chairing a meeting at the club one time, and I was like, you know, and I was like, damn, I want to. And then seeing you at the men's meeting, I was like, you know, there's just some kind of energy that you bring, you know, that makes it attractive, you know, and somebody told me that, like, you make sobriety look attractive, and that felt really good when somebody told me that.
That's what it is. It's attraction over promotion.
Right.
You know, people want to, like my sponsor said, it's got a look and a feel. You know, if you see that person that, you know, it's that's what you want.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is about it, but that's what I want. I want to get there.
Yeah.
You know
and you
what
go
I
through
mean?
this phase too, like even like when I was newly sober, like a year to like maybe like 2 or 3, like I had this like imposter syndrome where I was like, fuck, I never was working the perfect program, or I was never fucking, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't worthy of this fucking beautiful life that I was given, right? I wasn't worthy of it. Like I was too bad. I did so much bad shit out there, dude.
Yeah.
So much shit.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you could relate with it. Kyle, also, we've talked about this, but it's like, man, you got to forget that and like realize that like the universe forgives you. You could have done the worst shit and the universe forgives you. And the other side is once you start being a positive force, helping dudes, being selfless, you know.
You want more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you can.
You want more of
And
that.
it's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's free.
It gives you back. Like I believe that we're stewards. Like things like sobriety, wealth, health, intelligence, talents. Like your electrician. Like all of these things, these skills or these gifts. Like we're like, you know, bank accounts are stewards of them, and if we don't share them, the universe doesn't trust us with more. But because we're out there sharing what we were gifted, like sobriety, intelligence, just time, we get more of it.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Yeah.
know, I've gotten, and that, like I shared in the meeting the other night about, you know, thinking of myself less and others more. You know, I've gotten back so much more by giving than I ever got from taking.
Yeah.
You know,
You were making your wife dinner.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that wasn't me. You know what I mean? That wasn't me, but it is now. And I don't do it grudgingly. I do it because I want to.
Yeah.
I want to do it because I love her,
And it feels good.
And
to
it
do.
feels good.
and it feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
like
what
doing
I mean?
dishes at your
to
family
have her
dinner.
happy. You know, to have people around me happy.
Yeah.
Taking the
You know what I
trash
mean?
out.
What have you done for your
Just-
dad
just-
since you got sober?
Just a little shit.
I'm excited to hear this. What have you done for your old man since you got sober?
You know, we kind of not really much.
You got to do something for him, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like challenge you to fucking do something big for this guy.
Besides getting sober and clean, because that's a pretty big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that is a
you know?
huge thing.
Hey, above all, you know, he doesn't want anything from me.
Right,
He doesn't
right.
need anything from me. Me sitting in the position I am today, that's enough for him.
But-
he's anything. I mean, if he asks me if he needs help for anything, like
I give him a
I'm there.
trophy. You
He's a different type of person.
Yeah.
like he he's a go worker. You know, even though
He's still working now. or
even
no?
though he's retired,
Does
but
he
he still
ride,
works.
Does he ride motorcycles like you?
He rides.
So here's a good thing. Get a trip to Sturgis or something and ride out.
I've tried to ask him. You know, hey, let's go on a motorcycle ride. He's like, he's just got so much shit going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Get him a
like
trophy, dude. I will get him a foot. You know those fat ass like Stanley Cup style fucking trophies. $500, dude. Just fucking the goat on it, dude, and just like write a bunch of stories on that bitch, and he could just look at that thing when he's like,
Yeah.
when he and like that's his pride. Like
Yeah.
all those moments where it's like dropped what you did at 4 o'clock to come pick my ass up from fucking making a
and
big
that wasn't the
mistake.
first time that something like that happened.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like
I mean, there's been many a times,
dude,
of
and like
course.
and put that on
Yeah.
there and just get him the fucking trophy, dude. Because every guy likes a trophy. You know,
Yeah, my dad's not really a trophy guy.
no, but none.
Maybe
all
a
of us,
belt buckle.
Yeah,
there
maybe
you,
a belt
there you
buckle.
go.
But you know what I mean? Give
Yeah,
him
yeah.
something that like fucking is like this.
Yeah.
This is from my boy that he could put on the wall. You know,
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
yeah,
Yeah, I just think about it. Maybe take a couple months to think about that shit. It'd be tight,
yeah. That
You
would
know?
be cool. Yeah.
right? Or for your 5 years, you fucking throw him something fucking cool and be like, because I got people in my life where I'm like, I owe you. You fucking, I would not be here alive if it wasn't for you. You know, showing up.
I mean, there's no amount of things I could do for him that show him how much I appreciate
exactly.
what he's done for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, dude, shit face sober. Hey, Chris, fucking great.
Yeah, man.
Great time.
We
dude.
appreciate you coming on,
yeah,
dude.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Really do.
If you're out there and you fucking watch this, man, you really life gets so fucking good. If your life is good right there, let us know. We just love hearing the stories about how bad it was and how good it is, and like that shit needs to get out there.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
Absolutely.
Definitely want you to come back
Spread that
sometime too,
shit.
for sure.
Share it.
Sobriety is not boring.
Yeah, definitely.
know?
All right, last one. You got a message for somebody out there thinking about getting sober. You got to give them a pitch. What's your pitch, man?
What's my pitch?
Yeah.
Do it. Like, it'll be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life, but it'll be the most rewarding thing you've ever done in your life. And you will be able to do things that you never thought you were capable of doing, but you've got to give it a chance. Don't have the contempt prior to investigation. I did for years. Just dig in, just go for it. And trust me, if your life isn't better after working the program after a year, then
Keep going, dude.
just keep going for 2.
That's the difference. That's the difference. Once you said the program, go to a meeting,
The program,
get a sponsor and work those steps.
Yeah.
Like my sponsor said, like some people don't agree with this, but I kind of do. He said, how you hear the slogan, meeting makers make it. Those that are making it make meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It is.
You
I
know?
still 13 years later, I'm playing my ass in a fucking meeting, dude.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We appreciate your support.
Hell yeah.
Sobriety's fucking dope. Shit face sober.
Shit face
yeah.
over, man.
Later.